Alright, this video is going to deal with our layout manager. One of the really neat things about developing this Hoop Synergy system and working with the development team, the web development company that worked on Hoop Synergy, I really enjoyed coming up with suggestions, ideas for ways that we can make Hoop Synergy easier. I know when we did our surveys and talked to a lot of coaches and players and administrators and working with site builders, one of the major themes that always came out was the fact that they were just too confusing, too difficult. So we really put a lot of time into trying to make this process of building a website, a really neat looking website, as easy as possible. And one of the key things I think in making this website so easy is our layout manager. I mean, that really gives you a great idea of controlling what is going to go into the main page, especially of your website. And we're going to show you here right now how easy this is. When you get into your account and you get to your home page of your administration account, you're going to want to go down to step number 5 under the website creation manager. Right here, as you can see, we have the layout manager. So you go ahead and click on that. It's going to take you to your layout manager, and all that really is just a section telling you what the layout manager is about, and then gives you a link to open the layout manager. And this layout manager, if you can think of just is kind of a blank template for your home page and for the outside columns of your website. And I'll explain that now as I open the layout manager. And now you see it in front of us. It kind of gives you a little storyboard of what's on your home page, the things you can add and remove and include all throughout not just your home page, but these outside columns right here. Okay, these outside columns on each side of your website, you have the ability to add and remove those different sections. Obviously, it starts out, your first site is going to have just a blank section there with the title of that section, and you have to decide whether you want to first add it and keep it, and then you've got to go into your manager section and then create the content for that section. But your layout manager is where you decide what parts of this website template that you want to keep in. Okay, and right now I'll show you how really neat this works. Let's go to a website here. As you can see, Eddie Andrus website, one of our big customers. You can see we've got a website that we put together, and it's got some of the sections here included already. We've got a form to join the mailing list, sponsors. You've got our Twitter widget. We have sporting news. That's going to come up here in a minute. ESPN widgets. And we're going to show you how easy it is to really develop this main page and outside columns of your website. These outside columns are on every page of your website. So example, if I would go to our 3-point shootout page, the content in the middle will change, but the outside columns will always remain the same. You're going to have the same content there that you decide that you want in your outside columns. All right, and but the middle will be changed depending on what page you're going to. All right, so let's say, for example, we have a mailing list. Let's say, for example, you don't really want to collect names and email addresses or start your own newsletter, and you want to remove that option from your website. This is how easy it is. You just go to your layout manager, like we've already showed you, and open this layout manager page. And as you can see right here, we have a join our mailing list section at the top, and it says to add or remove this section using the buttons above. And then of course it tells you to edit the information for this section in the email manager. So basically that's all it's telling you is if you want to keep this mailing list, this is where you add it. And if you want to set up what database you want to collect, what mailing list you want to add from this form, you would do that in your email manager. But if you don't want it, let's just simply click remove, and it's going to give you a message at the top that says mailing list is removed from the site. And let's go back to the site and make sure that happened. Of course, it's still there. We haven't refreshed the page. Let's click home, and now you will see that the mailing list is now gone and from your website, and the rest of the columns in the page just move up one section. All right, so that's how easy really it is to add and remove sections from your website. As you look down the page, you're going to see you have your latest news section. Nothing's been added here yet, but you have 4 latest news stories that you can put in with some content, some text about you or your program. Here we've got an area for some ESPN widgets for all kinds of sports, whether it be college basketball or any sport really. You can put in there. There's really neat widgets. You can have a poll question also from ESPN. And here's another neat thing. Each section kind of has a little divider bar here. And as you can see, it says testing top header division bar there. And down here a little later it says testing second header division bar. So as you break up the sections of your home page, you're able to put a different divider bar over those sections and really give it a little more clarity. For example, above those ESPN sports widgets I just showed you, let's put ESPN top news stories. Alright, all you have to do is hit add header division bar text. It tells you at the top that it was successful, and then you go back to your site, refresh the page, and you're going to see now that the text I just put in the layout manager, ESPN top news stories, is now over the section of your ESPN widget. So depending on what widgets you put in here, you can also control what the text would say over those headers, over that little section there. They're called little header banners, I call them. Here's another section. Again, you can control the text over that section. So the layout manager really gives, it's just like a ball of clay, and you're able to add, remove simply with a mouse click the sections you want to include on your website. Not only the home page, but the outside columns of every page of your website. You control what information goes there. And then all you have to do is access your admin home page and find the different page manager sections that deal with this information and set those up, put the content in you want. And those of course are dealt with on some of our other video tutorials. And when you're done, all you need to do is click the close page button at the top, and you're back to your administration area, ready to work on other sections of your website, other page managers, and continue on building a great Hoop Synergy website.